Okay, deep breath, everybody. Charlie Marlow made a social media post roughly 2 weeks ago. Uh, it was on the social media site X. And this social media post is at 1.1 million views. And I told Charlie, I said, Charlie, I've got to talk to you about this. Let me interview you. So I'm going to read this to you, everybody. And Charlie, please edit this up. And we're going to drop this in right now, everybody. I'm going to read it as you look at it, everybody. Charlie Marlow says, no parenting class can prepare you for the agony of watching your daughter go roughly 0-17 from the field in a basketball game. And Charlie, your St. Louis friends, they all respond. Of course, I call him the cat in the hat. Jim Hayes, he says, blame the coach. Obviously, she's not getting the ball in the optimum situation for her particular skill set. If you're the coach, blame the other players and possibly their parents. And then it goes on and on. Okay. Tell me, it's your show now. What was this all about?
So this is about, 10 days ago. My daughter is 8. She plays in the second grade basketball league, and I am the coach also. So I put this out there. Right, and we've won one game, by the way. I think we're 1-5 or 1-6. We have our final game coming up. So I'm trying my best. We're trying our best. And the other day, and by the way, you were talking today about, positivity versus negativity with NASCAR and all that. And it's the same with X. The negative people are always the loudest. I think the reason this got 1.1 million views, and if you scroll through the comments, there's a lot of great stories from other parents who got the gist of it, which is almost everybody's watched their kid play a sport and they had a really bad day, really bad game. Your kid goes 0 for 5 and strikes out 4 or 5 times in baseball. They have a game like my daughter where she missed every shot in a basketball game. Whatever different sport, people were telling me their kid was playing hockey and falling down and they lost 17-1 and their kid was the goalie and gave up 15 goals. And I think it went big because parents have all had those situations. Now, of course, the 1% of people are saying, oh, how would you put your daughter on blast on social media? I would never do this if my daughter was a teenager. She didn't see this post. Okay, if she was 15 and had X, I wouldn't have done this. But it was funny because in this game, by the way, my daughter's actually a pretty good basketball player, and she scores baskets in almost every game that we play. This was one of those deals where, and this happens with girls that age, they're just right there. She's throwing it up and just keeps missing. And I made the Angel Reese, the WNBA player, that analogy because a lot of times my daughter was shooting it. So you'll get the defensive rebound. You'll dribble down and you'll shoot it. And she kept missing, but rebounding her own miss and missing again. And people were like, oh, your daughter's a ball hog. And I don't want my daughter to be a ball hog, especially when I'm the coach. But people need to know that a lot of these were her getting a rebound, dribbling down, shooting, and continuing to get her own rebounds. So, yeah, it was funny. I never thought it would get 1.1 million views. So that was pretty cool, though.
I do want to share my experience. I have 3 daughters. I'm a girl dad. And Brooke, my oldest one, it's like, okay, she's playing soccer. And I'm like, come on, Brookie, get a little more aggressive. I'm wanting to be that person. Come on, go. And I'm like, no, because those are the people that I make fun of. I'm like, simmer down, Dad. You're not playing the game. Well, then my middle one comes along, Brandy. And man, she is, she's got those soccer legs. And Brandy, she plays, the fast pitch or slow pitch softball. And she's an all-conference catcher and knocking home runs. Just Brandy, that's just her mindset. She's a go-getter. And then came along our youngest one, Brittany. And Brittany would be out in the field and she would look at me all the time. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get out of here because she's worried that I'm paying attention to her. So I need everybody to respond right here to Charlie Marlow and myself. Give us all your parenting stories. What is your child like? Are you living through your child? What kind of parent are you? Respond right here. Are you the parent that lives through your child and you're in there and you're doing this Are you that type? Are you that type? So, Charlie, what type of parent are you?
So I am not the crazy parent like that. I do care, and I want my kids to have fun. And if they like sports, I think that's great. I played baseball and basketball in high school. I played a little bit of baseball in college. So I truly try my best not to be that guy. And there's always the rule too. They talk about the ride home. And I've listened to some podcasts and different people talking about how to deal with your kid if they don't do well in sports. They say just don't do it on the ride home. Ride home, say, hey, I loved watching you play. Then the next day, tell them about all the things and the ways that they can improve and all that. But this particular game was funny because I'm coaching on the sideline. And again, so these girls they don't play quarters, they play 8 4-minute periods. And we only had for half the game 5 players. So we couldn't sub anybody out. So, and again, I didn't actually add up the shots. It was a lot of misses. I put over 17. It was a lot. It might have been 16. It might have been 15. It might have been 18. I have no idea. But she was missing like 1 or 2 every period for the whole 8 periods. And at the end, I'm looking across the court at my wife. Once these misses start adding up, and it was a lot, and she hadn't even made 1 basket. With every miss, I just look over at my wife, and we're both kind of smiling, but also like, what the hell is going on? Like, can 1 basket just please go down? So like, with every miss, we're looking at each other. And again, that's why I put it out there. It's a helpless, I put agony. It's a helpless feeling. You want your kid to do well, and you have no control at this point. Yeah, I'm coaching, but like, once she shoots it up there, I can give her little tips, but it's either going to go in or it's not going to go in. And just watching her continue to miss shot after shot, it was just killing me and my wife.
And with that, everybody can relate to our Charlie Marlow celebrating 1.1 million views on the social media site X.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave you with this, everybody. Respond right here. See you later, everyone.
See ya.